Good morning, guys. Happy Tuesday. It's time for another live. My name is Zeno Lancaster. I'm the owner of Lancaster Law Firm here, headquartered in Nashville with offices in Hendersonville and Canton. We do real estate, guys, and I like to post and get people talking about the real estate industry, changes, ideas, strategies, that kind of thing in our group. I hope if you haven't worked with us before, we have 3 attorneys other than myself on staff, a huge paralegal team, the best, in my opinion, in the state. Full-time title abstracting so that we can control when your searches are done. What else? Fully dedicated file setup, paralegal, fully dedicated post-closing paralegal to make sure your transactions get recorded and dispersed quickly with adequate communication. In other words, we actually tell you it's recorded. Yeah, beautiful office. Come see us sometime. We're hoping to have an event pretty soon, realtor and lender meetup at the office. So be watching out for that. Guys, we're up to 137 members in the group, the Facebook group. That's amazing. Thanks so much for any of you that have invited people into the group. If you know a real estate professional that's not in the group, please invite them. If you think they'd benefit from our lives, be able to contribute to the wisdom we share here, please invite them in. That would be amazing as we continue to grow. Today, I'm here to talk about selling properties, quote unquote, as is. I'm hearing from other realtors, I think it's more of a pet peeve than anything, and realtors love to share their pet peeves, as do attorneys, so I'm not hating. But marking in huge capital letters on your listing as this home is sold as is. Don't ask us about anything. It's as is. So number one, all property in North Carolina is sold as is. Whether you put those words on it or not, they're all sold as is. Caveat emptor, guys. North Carolina is a buyer beware state. Buyers are expected to do their inspections, do their due diligence, all that. Please don't put an ugly bumper sticker on your listing that says as is. It's not unnecessary. It's redundant. It's already as is, okay? If you've had there are a few reasons people might do this. Perhaps the sale fell through and they found out exactly what that buyer didn't like about it. Your next buyer may not care. And even if you include say you have an inspection report done on your first closing, and you include it in your next listing, I think that's not a terrible thing to do, honestly. I think that's great. But putting big, ugly as-is words on there, first of all, is going to color that inspection as terrible. There might have been something small in that inspection that most buyers would be fine with that your buyer just hated. And just because it fell through doesn't mean it's going to fall through again. It's still on that next buyer, frankly, to do their own inspections, do their own due diligence. You wouldn't put on your listing, hey, this fell through twice before, in big capital letters. Why are you saying as is? Don't do that. It's ugly. It's a negative connotation on your listing. You're trying to doll this thing up. So I would love to hear other people's thoughts on why I might be wrong about putting as is in a listing, but I don't think you should do it. I think it's redundant, and again, it's on the buyers to go look for that. Keep in mind, all you have to do if what you're trying to portray to the buyers is, my seller is not going to pay for any repairs. They don't want to pay for anything. It's sold for it's for sale for $200,000. Take it or leave it, or pay more. We're not taking a dime less. Whatever the property looks like, whatever you come up with, that's fine. But it's as is then. It was as is on the person who will do 10 repairs. It's all as is. It's just up to the seller to decide whether they want to do repairs to keep someone in the contract during their due diligence period. So I think you guys should start taking those out of your listings. I mean, if I see as is in a listing, I'm like, what's wrong with this house? Right away. Oh, so it's that bad, huh? Give me 3 weeks to fall in love with the property and do my inspection, find out it's actually not that bad. I'm okay with the deck needing a little repair. I'm okay with it needing some pain. I'm okay with, the roof's old. I came into this property wanting to fix it up. I know the one thing I budgeted for is a new roof. You never know what your new buyer is going to be looking for. But if you give them that negative first impression on your listing, they're going to look for something else in some cases, and you just lost a sale, or you lost your client a little money. That's just my 2 cents on as is. So I hope you guys will, just throw in there again. Seller's not willing to make any repairs. That's pretty straightforward. Sometimes the most beautiful house with no issues, they simply say in there, seller's not willing to make any repairs. You can ask for them if you like, but here's your answer already. So don't be surprised when we give you a no. I think that's fine too, but it doesn't mean anything's wrong with the property. They may just be, they love that house, they've done work on it themselves, and they're not going to deal with any BS. That comes across much smoother than as is. You wouldn't put in, and God, may God have mercy on your soul into your listing, or it's your funeral. As is comes across that way, I think, in a lot of times. So be careful with that. Again, just my 2 cents, guys. Quick live this morning on as is. Please put your comments into the comments below on whether you think I'm right, wrong. What are your experiences with as is? Again, please invite anyone else you can to the group that you think would benefit from these lives. Or contribute. We love contributors. Again, I'm Zeno Lancaster with Lancaster Law Firm. If we haven't worked together, let's work together. All you have to do is say, hey, let's work together. Let me know how I can help. I think we'll be able to improve your closing experience if you haven't worked with us before. So anyway, have a great rest of the week, and we'll talk soon.